right, people, our favorite dominatrix. We're gonna be watching feminine ways to dominate a man. Okay, I'm gonna upload this also to the guys' channel because, like, I think we could learn about a lot about how feminine doms dominate, right? Because even as a guy, learning the feminine way of domination symbiotically it strengthens your male dominance. Okay, so this goes for both genders. And if you guys want to work with me one-on-one, go to mindforattraction.org and check our Patreon for more content. We're posting a lot there, people. We're posting stuff there that we shouldn't post here. So check us out on Patreon for $5 a month. That's like our second channel. So yeah, let's begin with the video. Let's see. And by the way, man, she looks darker there. She looks eviler. And we're dressed the same. What the fuck? We're dressed the same. Ah, oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, sorry. This is not on volume. I'm very suspicious of women who have that energy. I'm not like dom energy. Like I think I dated a girl that was a dom, and I really remember she just ghosted me, and she looked so mysterious to me. But thinking back, she was a dom. Like I remember she was a fucking dom, but because I was young, I didn't know about those kinky people, and I didn't know their personality type. I met her on OkCupid, and I just didn't know. But her coldness makes sense, and I could promise you that coldness attracts a lot of guys. But the problem is that women like her, and I say this with compassion. I don't say this as a way to be condescending towards her. I don't want her to do any witchcraft. People like that, a lot of the times, not all the time, but a lot of the times, they struggle making connections emotionally. Let's begin with. All right, people. We had a fast forward because some of the shit she was saying was disturbing me, so we had to delete that part.
So embarrassed, so I cannot even tame my dog. Were eliminated. So
that's what she does with people.
I know that it's a very popular opinion in the community that daddy has no gender. Okay, then go to your mom and call her daddy and look at her reaction.
Daddy has no gender?
Well, for me, it definitely has a gender because it brings the image behind it. And what kind of image do I get? Probably someone who was raised just by my mom, a daddy. It's someone who is unreliable, who would betray you, who would beat your mom, which is the opposite of dominance. And again, I'm not telling you what to do yet. I'm just sharing my humble opinion about what femdom is and what it should be. Again, how I perceive it. And for me, since it's a femdom, there are just purely feminine ways to dominate. I mean, if you just look closely at male domination and female domination, they are not like the mirror of each other. They are different. Okay, I will stop complaining and I will get into my constructive mode and I will tell you about some feminine ways to dominate. And the first thing that comes to my mind is tease and denial. And I'm not talking just about the way a man can tease your genitals, you know? Like, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about seducing. Seduction is such a powerful theme.
In The Art of Seduction, there's a chapter about creating temptation. And in that chapter, he talks about how to create a temptation, you got to dangle it in front of them, but restrict them. That's a form of feminine domination, which makes a lot of sense. In fact, in The Art of Seduction, the best dominations is usually the feminine way of doing it, which is kind of beautiful, right?
That only a woman can use. I mean, obviously, yes, again, you can do whatever you want, and I would love to see a man who can seduce, not another man, but a woman. How does your...
you could tell she's a dom by the way she's sitting like that. Like, you gotta sit like that. You gotta look like that.
Seduction work? And the reason why it works differently, woman. How does your seduction work? And the reason why it works differently on men and women is, how does your seduction work? And the reason why it works differently on men and women is because we have different needs. Well, I would say the females are more about
Boats.
having some particular emotions in the sense of safety. This is what we are looking for, not just to be sexually aroused, even if it can be the part of it. But it's so much easier to seduce a man because men have two heads and they can think with one of them.
Yeah, it's like a horror movie, right? In the early days, all you gotta do is show a scary person, and people are scared. As as we get used to scary movies. Now you gotta use psychological horror, right? It's kind of like that with women. You have to almost tell a story. With guys, just show them something, right? And that's why practicing the feminine way of domination is way more sophisticated because it has nothing to do with the visual and more to do with the psychological.
Them only. The next thing, God is worship and blasphemy. Well, since all modern religions are also penis centered for a lot of submissive men, it's a very new experience to worship goddess. Goddess energy is very different from God energy. You don't have to have a
Eh?
beard and big
Un
balls
segundo.
in order to get a submissive on his knees and pray to you. And my favorite, Fiendom,
All right, let's continue.
is such a feminine way to dominate men. I mean, can you imagine a man who takes women's money? Like Tinder swindler.
That's a pimp. That's a pimp, right? But also it's a when a very rich woman like Samantha Priestley from some Sex and the City, kind of like that, right? Like those guys would take money from the woman. That's I don't know, man. I don't give a fuck. That's cheesy as shit, dude. Like any guy that takes money from a woman for some reason, I can't respect that guy.
Like, is it sexy? No, not at all. Like, it's not.
Yeah, it's
Like,
not.
you, maybe some men would be like, oh yeah, good job. But for women, there is nothing sexy about it. That's devastating. And then at the end, he would just seem miserable. But with women, it's completely different. For women, it means sexuality plus brain. She's like a snake, she's like a fox. So she's smarter than you. She gets what she wants, right? Because when a man does this, he is a piece of shit. Seriously, because
She knows. She knows. I don't watch these videos before I react to them.
he plays with your feelings. Can you see the difference of how men seduce women? Again, I've just talked about it. Yeah, they get on the emotional level. While a woman gets whatever she wants, she takes all your money and just disappears. And that is sexy, especially if you're into findom. But the way she takes your money, it is, you can compare it that she drains your wallet instead of your testicles. So you are still drained. She took something from you. And that is extremely sexy. One more thing.
That is twist. That is a twisted way of seeing me getting robbed, bro. I don't give a fuck, yo. Like, yo, that is a weird way to describe you getting finessed. Holy shit. But you know what? I see that. I get it. For the guys, I could kind of see that, right? I could kind of see that. You know, like you kind of. But I would have never guessed that was a kink, though. So being robbed is a kink. Hey, man. I imagine that's a rich person thing. Like,
Food fetish. I mean, obviously, you can worship feet of your dominant man. Yeah, that's, I mean, do whatever you want. But nothing can be compared to a female soul, toes, like all this pedicure. This is this is a complete.
that's enough, people. All right, man. We're gonna finish with this one. Yeah, man. I feel like this is deja vu. I'm not even gonna lie. It is weird. Anyways, man. Let me know what you guys think of this lady. This girl is out of control, man. But what I liked about it was the feminine way of seducing is pretty much teasing, right? Turning them on and backing away. I agree with that. I agree with that, and I think it's feminine because guys don't have the patience to do that. And as a guy, if you want to do that, you have to develop patience, which means self control, controlling your dick, right? When you're able to control your dick, you have access to the feminine way of seducing. And with women, the way you seduce as a man is to tease them, like literally. And the way you tease people is talking about the future pleasures you guys can have, right? Yeah, I totally see that, man. I like it. I'm gonna react to a few of them. I'm gonna react to. Let me see. This is one right here. How to talk like a dom. That'll be interesting. We should watch that next. Okay. Anyways, man, you guys be safe.
Do you give off Terminator vibes because you're so masculine? Or do you give off nice girl, creepy, and needy vibes because you're just too feminine? The problem is that both sides suffer greatly in their business life, relationships life, and friendships with family and friends. And if you don't know how to fix that, you will repeat the same pattern your whole life and never escape. Well, guess what? I have a course for you, and it's called The Feminine Woman. It's pretty much a course on how to increase your self-esteem through practical means, not through giving you guys affirmation and wishing that you stop being terminators or you stop being needy and creepy goldfish. No, I'll give you practical things that by you doing this, if you're too masculine, I swear, people will say there's something in you. You look more relaxed. You're just more comforting. You become more emotionally open because I teach you guys those strategies. It's a 5-week course. If you're too masculine, you are successful in life. You are successful in business, but you struggle with connecting. And so that course will give you practical things that if you're a Terminator, you'll come out human, people. Like you'll just give off a more relaxed vibe. It's what I did in my life to heal me from my toxic masculinity. It's a 5-week course, and in that I teach you guys how to let go of the past. I teach you guys how to use your feminine energy to influence without being too sexual, which might sabotage you. I'll teach you guys how to use the masculine to be assertive without scaring people off because sometimes it could be too much. It's a course that balances those things out. Okay, so if you go Bronx mode, if you're too Beverly Hills mode, I'll teach you guys how to go Bronx mode, or better yet, South Side of Chicago type of shit. Well, now you're just a serial killer right there, right? And with this course has a 30-day money back guarantee, and if you purchase it, you guys also get access to the Zoom meditation group where we both meditate, or we all meditate on a weekly basis, and you guys get access to the WhatsApp group. And it's really a good course. If you guys don't like it, just ask for your money back. I mean, you guys can see the reviews right here. A lot of people like those reviews, and you'll see the results. And if you don't see the results, then I'll just give you your money back. Like I'm not gonna scam you guys if it doesn't work, but I know it's gonna work. So you do that now. Don't end up like Frida Kahlo. All right? Don't do that shit. Y'all just think you guys can break my rules and tell people you watch my channel. You can't do that, okay? So purchase that right now. It's a lifetime. You get lifetime access to that course, and I'll see you guys inside. Take care. Let's continue with the video.